Started it. Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm Ross Benjamin. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Chip Chirimbes of chipwins.com. Chipper, how's your week?
Well, we had a winning week. It capped off by a 4-1 Sunday in the NFL, highlighted by our third straight Megabuck A-play winner, Arizona 38-3, not even a contest against who'd they play? They beat somebody bad.
Tennessee.
But, Tennessee. That's in the past already. We've already got a best bet cooked up for this weekend. So I think they were at Tennessee.
Yes, it was 38-13, not 38-3. But what's the difference? 25 or 35. It was a blowout win. Anyway, Chipper, some tough games on the board again this week in the NFL, but we discussed some games off air, and I just dropped my schedule. So I'm going to have to depend on you. Anything that comes to mind that sticks out to you?
Well, I was kind of surprised. Of course, I think we were all surprised at the way Houston with Tyrod Taylor handled Jacksonville. But, Jacksonville goes from a favorite to now a home dog. So I'm really wondering what's going there. But surprising, Jacksonville was even a favorite. I mean, they had lost like 12, 13 games in a row going in, somewhere along the lines there. And for them to come up a favorite, I guess Houston with Taylor is going to be a lot better off than Deshaun Watson. Maybe they're rallying around the lamppost there. But I don't think so either. What can you do? Deshaun's not going to get a chance to play this season, I don't believe.
Yeah, well, I was telling you off air, if Tyrod Taylor can torch you in your defense, because he's captain check down of the millennium. I watched him for many years here in Buffalo, and he's just one of those guys that doesn't he protects the football and he doesn't like to take chances, but they made him look like a Hall of Fame quarterback last week. So to me, Jacksonville's got some serious issues on the defensive side, but you never know. It's early. It was one game. Again, the quarterback from Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, looked like the real deal, huh?
Well, I tell you, I think he can play. I know the team didn't give him much support. He had 3 interceptions. It was his first game out there, but, he threaded the needle a couple of times with some passes that you could tell he's a pro. I think they got a great future there. I don't know how they're going to do. Most rookie quarterbacks getting their starts really don't do that well. I mean, we got the history of Aikman and all the rest of them that didn't do well in the first year. And, Matt Jones lost. Every rookie that got a chance to play didn't win this week. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, good game in Miami, 17-16.
Yeah.
The battle of Alabama quarterbacks. Yeah. So New England's going to be very good defensively, and I think Mac Jones will be just fine as the year progresses under the tutelage of pretty good coaching staff there. And, I also had Buffalo and Pittsburgh under the total as a free pick last week. And I just want to bring to the viewers' attention, Pittsburgh has now gone 48-13 to the under in their last 61 road games.
No kidding.
48-13. Now, we always say, trends don't mean nothing, but keep in mind, all 61 of those games are under the tutelage of head coach Mike Tomlin. So it's been a lot of continuity in their coaching staff. And that's something to keep an eye on going forward. On the other side, as a home favorite, they usually play in the other way. They usually go over the total. But again, don't brain your way through it. I'm just bringing up some noteworthy items here. Now, Chipper, you got a free play in the NFL for us on Sunday. Let's get right to it.
Well, I am using 2 teams that I had winners on last week. I played against Dallas and played with Dallas and one with Tampa Bay, and I played with the Chargers over Washington. So those are 2 of my winners on the weekend, and they're matching up in San Diego. Chargers a small 3-point favorite, and I think the action is going to move toward Dallas here. Prescott threw for 475 yards. Elliott didn't run it at all last week. But what bothers me about this is that this Dallas team just doesn't tackle anybody. They don't stop anybody. And the Chargers had a pretty good offense and against a great defense last week against Washington. They didn't put up as many points as you might have expected, but they're 5-0 against the number in their last 5 games. Their defense held Washington to 259 yards. Now, we know the former Redskins don't have a prolific offense, and so that plays into the Chargers. But I think this game between these two is going to go over. I think you're going to see. I don't think Dallas's defense is strong enough to stop anybody. They're not running the ball. They have to pass. And they're really depleted with injuries last year and this year. They just keep continuously getting hurt. They haven't played all that well on the road. Last year, was that just an indication of how Dallas is going to be? They were 3-8 against the number in their last 11 road games. Although they're 5-1 as underdogs, they did cover against Tampa Bay. But Ross, like I was pointing out to a friend of mine, they benefited from 4 turnovers and they still lost that game.
Lost the game.
4 turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unheard of to gain 4 turnovers and not win the game. So I think this is going to be a high scoring game because I with Herbert there, and I don't see Dallas being able to stop anybody. They haven't done it last year, and they haven't done it yet this year. So I'll play the over in this game.
Yeah, over 55. It's a big number, and it's a big number for a reason. Yeah. And I agree with you, Chip. Dallas hasn't stopped anybody, not only this year, but for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
One other note, you mentioned Ezekiel Elliott. I wouldn't get too caught up with that, folks, and panic if you're a Dallas fan, because Tampa Bay's been #1 against the run for 3 years running now. You just can't run the ball against Tampa Bay. And I think they tried just to have a little bit of balance. And when they saw they weren't going to have any success, when you got 3 receivers the way they have right now, 3 quality dynamic receivers, they turned to the passing game, and they could win a lot of games with just that passing game alone. They're going to have to just outscore people, Chip. That's the only way they're going to win games. Because
I think you're right.
When you force 4 turnovers, okay, and you have 475 yards or whatever they had in total offense, and you lose the game, there's an issue. You know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. And maybe McCarthy's not that good a coach, like you said to me last week. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to look at Buffalo at Miami. I'm going to look at the total as well, 47.5 in this game. I went with Buffalo and Pittsburgh under the total on this channel last week. And again, I just touched upon what the stats were with Pittsburgh. But you know what? I'm going the other way this week with Buffalo. I mean, the last 5 meetings between these two teams that know each other very well, there's been a lot of continuity in the rosters, especially with Buffalo over the last few years, and with Miami over the last couple of years, and with Brian Flores being there 3 years now. The last 5 meetings, Chip, have all gone over the total. 61.8 points per game, 52 points or more were scored in all 5 of those contests. Last year, Buffalo scored 87 points and rang up 980 yards of total offense against Miami. And Josh Allen was lights out. He's been lights out. In those 5 games, he's thrown for 15 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, 1,321 yards. And they sat him in the second half of the regular season finale against Miami. He's done all that in less than 20 quarters of football. So, again, 1 career start against Buffalo, threw for 360 in the regular season finale last year. I think we're going to see some fireworks. Or both teams are going to both offenses, I should say, are going to take a deep breath and go, wow, glad we don't have to face New England and Pittsburgh's defense again, because those are 2 of the finest defenses in the league. So I think we're looking at a high-scoring affair. I don't see anything changing what's happened in the past. And I like Buffalo and Miami to go over the total of 47.5. And Chip Chirimbes likes the Chargers and Dallas over 55. Those are our free picks for Sunday, September 19th. And Chip, tell the folks what you got going on, how you did last week in the NFL beside the Arizona game, and where they could find you.
Well, we came off a 7-2 NFL sides in preseason, and we opened 4-1 on Sunday in the NFL, highlighted by Arizona, which was a A-Play Megabuck winner. Now a perfect 3-0 with those A-Play Megabuck best bets. Going to have another one included in my Fab 5 on Sunday. That's what I call my top 5 releases, and you'll know why after you sign on and get these big game winners.
Yeah, and that's at chipwins.com, and he's a consistent winner, folks. Been following him for many years before we started working together. And again, it's chipwins.com. You can find me at rbwins.com. I finished the NFL preseason on an 8-2 run. And last week I went 3-2 in the NFL, including 3-1 on Sunday and Monday. I had a nice Monday winner with the Las Vegas Raiders plus the points. I also had the Arizona Cardinals as a top play last week. I only give out one of those a week in the NFL and college football. And the combined NFL college football 10-star top plays, 3-0, folks. And off to a good start in football, 3-2 in the NFL to start the year. 6-4 in college football, but coming off a great preseason. Chipper along the same lines there, folks. You can find him at chipwins.com, me at rbwins.com. Until the next time, before I leave, folks, don't forget, subscribe to our free sports betting channel here on YouTube. Costs you absolutely nothing. When you're there, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified right away upon any of our videos getting published on this channel. And also give us a like. Look at the two of us. We put in hard work every week, folks. Give us a like. It's not too much to ask. Anyway, until the next time, good luck, God bless, and take care.